My name is Gary S., and I'm a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. I live in Sun City West, Arizona, these days. I got sober in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area of California in 1990, and I remember coming in. I was a late stage alcoholic. I was jaundiced. I was doing spontaneous bleeds from either end, and I was pretty much of a mess. And what happened for me is, I came in and I remember seeing our window shades on the wall, and what I saw in those window shades was a lot of God, and that was like the only word I could see, because as an agnostic, I thought you were all good. I thought all of Alcoholics Anonymous would find out about me and they would kick me out. And if they kicked me out, I would die, because I was clearly very close to that right from the day I arrived. My journey in AA has been one of finding my relationship with a higher power. And I remember expressing my fear to my sponsor, and there were people in my home group who were inclined to point their finger at you, hit the tabletop with it, and say, "Get God or die." And I thought, well, and I would just cringe, like they're going to find out, and they're going to kick me out of here. And my sponsor said, "Gary, that's not you don't have to worry about that. We don't do that to alcoholics." And he said, from now on, and just for you, because, that naturally made me feel special, he said, whenever you see the word God in AA literature, you just make it a small g and let it stand for good orderly direction. That has gone on to work quite nicely for the last 27 years. But that journey has not been without its speed bumps, because Alcoholics Anonymous has a different tradition, if you will, from what I've grown up in, and that tradition didn't include an awful lot of agnostics. The chapter say the agnostic is a rather condescending chapter by most agnostic opinions, and we feel challenged by that, and I had to reconcile that, because I came here and I love Alcoholics Anonymous with everything I've got, and that same sponsor raised my hand in a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous and made me available as a general service representative, and I resented it initially, but for some odd reason they couldn't get rid of me for the next 24 years, and I've embraced all of general service, and I embraced all of the structure of Alcoholics Anonymous and how it is that we reach out to alcoholics, and we really don't care what you believe. All we want to do is save your life. And I had to learn that in AA, and I learned that in the general service structure, that AA is for saving lives, not for saving souls. And we save soul. People who find their soul in AA, they can save it in a different room. But what we do is we save your life here. And when we save your life, I had the opportunity to be a participant in the nearly 20-year conversation about creating a pamphlet in Alcoholics Anonymous directed to other forms of spirituality. And that was a long, hard fight, because alcoholics have a way of being stuck in their ways, and AA was very stuck in its ways. And that has changed, and about 7 years ago, when I was 20 years sober, I found a meeting of we agnostics in Alcoholics Anonymous in Southern California, where I then lived. And since then have come to Arizona, and have been able to find more of those meetings, and I'm currently, my home group is a free thinker meeting on Thursday nights, and it is, we have no opinion on people's spirituality. What we care about is that you stay sober today, and if you're whatever path you may find, we want you to find it, and we want you to live it, but live it sober. And so there's no judgment, and I have felt judged in AA. AA has a thing called the AA shun, where when we don't like people, we stop talking to them, and I have been shunned in AA. That's by a very, very small minority. You know, this is 1 in 1,000 AAs might do that. And the other 999 just love you and want you to be sober and want you to have a full life. And that's what we get in Alcoholics Anonymous, is that full life. It's given to us, it's laid on the ground in front of us. We call it the steps. And it's important that we do those steps, and you can do those with defining your spiritual path in any way you see fit. Thanks.